Welcome back to BNG Hockey, where it's always black and gold. The Bruins announced their roster for this year's training camp, and there was a surprising addition on the back end. Let's talk about it. The Bruins invite Aaron Ness to this year's training camp. He's a 31-year-old, 5'10" left shot defenseman, originally drafted in the second round of the 2008 NHL Draft, 40th overall to the New York Islanders. He's played for a couple of teams in the NHL, including the Islanders, the Capitals, and most recently the Coyotes. Another interesting little side note on Ness, he just recently signed a PTO with the Seattle Kraken, then he got the same offer from the Bruins, and apparently he decided to go with the Bruins on this one. Now, you love to see that, you always want guys who want to be here, but I was a little confused at first. You would think a better opportunity for him would be playing for the Seattle Kraken, having a shot with a brand new franchise. But maybe he wanted to play for the Boston Bruins, and I will say that blue line depth isn't the Bruins' biggest strength, so maybe he does see a better fit for him here in Boston. Let's take a look at Aaron Ness's career so far, and maybe that'll answer our questions. Last season, Ness only played in one game for the Coyotes, putting up 0 points. The year before that, also with the Coyotes, he played a career high in games for him, playing in 24 games, scoring 1 assist, and was a +1. His entire NHL career, he's played in 72 games, scoring 1 goal, 6 assists for a total of 7 points, and is a -7. So the NHL stats aren't that impressive, but you shouldn't think they would be. That's why he's only a camp invite, and he hasn't signed a contract yet. But when you look at the AHL stats, his career is actually pretty impressive. He's played in a whopping 536 AHL games, scoring 45 goals, 215 assists for a total of 260 points, and he's a +3. So now looking at his stats, it started to make sense to me what role he might play in the Bruins organization if he ends up hanging around. Just recently, they lost Steven Kampfer, and they've always needed a guy who's borderline NHL player and probably too good to be playing in the AHL. Aaron Ness could potentially be that guy. Every now and then you call him up as a fill-in guy. He doesn't look out of place. He's definitely a pro's pro, playing over 500 games in the AHL, and 72 games in the NHL isn't nothing. So I think he might be a nice borderline NHL guy for the Bruins. Whenever there's injuries or they need a guy to just be thrown in there for a game, maybe you call up Aaron Ness. He would definitely help the Providence Bruins with all the AHL experience he has. And the Bruins' depth is not great on the back end, as I said, but they're inviting over 20 defensemen to this year's camp. So if nothing else, it's just competition for the young guys, bringing in Ness, showing them that, hey, these younger kids, you're not just going to get a roster spot because we need you to fill it. You're going to have to compete and show us that you deserve it. So I think this is great for some of the younger Bruins guys, and maybe Ness can help teach them a little bit. And now you don't have to rush your prospects in if you start to get injured on the back end at the NHL level. So overall, I don't hate it. It's just a player tryout, nothing to look too deep into, but this could potentially be an exciting option that would at least help the Providence Bruins and help the organization have more depth at a place where they probably need a little bit more of it. I always like when the team brings players in on a tryout during training camp. These guys are hungry. They're fighting for a spot in an organization. He wanted to be here because he chose the Bruins over the Kraken, and who knows, maybe he makes the roster and becomes an asset for the team. I really hope he does well, and it's nothing but good, healthy competition. Even if he doesn't make it to the Bruins, he can still help push some of your younger guys. So let me know your thoughts on the Bees bringing in Aaron Ness. Do you think he can make the team? Is there somebody else you were hoping they'd invite? Leave that down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and you're pumped for training camp to start, give this video a big like, and if you haven't already, subscribe.